morning. I'm Katherine Jensen. I'm the CSR manager for Abbott Ireland. To tell you a bit about our company, we're a global healthcare company that has products in pharmaceuticals, diabetes, diagnostic, and nutritional areas. We have 90,000 employees, and the headquarters is in Chicago. Here in Ireland, we have 14 locations and employ almost 4,000 people. We've been here since 1946, so we do have a large history being here. And we've been named to the Great Places to Work for 8 consecutive years, which we're very proud of. Specifically, we have 4 areas that we focus on for our corporate responsibility strategy. Some of them are protecting the environment, supporting patients and patient organizations, being a great place to work. And the 4th area, which I'll get into mostly today, is advancing science and engineering. I think there's a theme going on. But I wanted to mention for background our employee volunteering program because it has a very strong impact on our science and engineering areas. So we started our program about 3 years ago. Employees were very involved in their local communities. They did a lot of fundraising and volunteering activities. And we decided to bring it together in a program we call Korean Art, or Heart of Gold in Irish. And last year we had almost 9,000 volunteering hours across the sites. What's also interesting is we have a great participation rate. There's 48% of employees participating in either on-site fundraising or volunteering efforts. The reason I mention this is that obviously as a healthcare company, we have a lot of people with science and engineering skills and backgrounds. And we need those types of people coming in our future talent pipeline. So we decided in November 2009 to focus some of our volunteering efforts on the science arena. So specifically, we have 2 programs. The first is called Abbott Family Science. In this program, we have volunteers go to local primary schools where they work with students and their parents and do simple hands-on activities with the idea that parents will get more engaged with their children's science education and hopefully encourage them to look at science as a career in the future. We've reached almost 2,000 parents and students in the past 2 years through the program. And 8 of our locations are running this. So instead of me telling you more, I thought we'd show a video.
Well, tonight is our 3rd annual Abbott Science Night. It's been a great success. From an education point of view, it opens the doors of science, and of course science is what we're all trying to improve these days, try and involve them more, and it's really opened the doors for the teachers and for the students, so we're delighted with it.
Tonight is Family Science Night and we're gearing it towards the 3rd class students.
Welcome everybody to the Abbott Family Science Evening.
Do you think that I could put a skewer into a balloon without it bursting?
We're at St. Aidan's School and we're doing Family Science Night.
It's very rewarding individually and as a group to come along and do something like this.
What actually I think the kids may have gotten out of it was to see that their parents could actually be interested in science and get involved in science, and that when they're doing their science homework they might actually go and talk to their parents a bit more and kind of say, you know, do you remember we were doing that on the night? Maybe get them a bit more involved in it.
I think that nearly every day in life, science is a part of everything you kind of do, like you don't realise it.
Hopefully, you know, you're inspiring them to work hard at school and, you know, have an interest in science.
So that's one of our programs, and as I said, we've reached almost 2,000 parents and students doing this over the past few years. The second program is geared towards secondary school students, where, like other companies, we invite them to come on site and do a tour of the facility. But what this program does is has them interact with some of our scientists in small groups, about 4 students to 1 volunteer, where they do experiments that relate to what happens at that facility. So for example, one thing might be paper chromatography, and we can explain how we use that in our process at our diagnostic facility. The other thing I should mention about Family Science is we've had an opportunity to partner with Discover Science and Engineering and work with them to create some new website content, engaging parents again in at-home science activities. But to explain this program, guess what? I have another video. So let me do this one.
Operation Discovery is where we bring kids in from the local schools and we teach them about science, science in industry and how it works in every day.
Today is about Operation Discovery, Science is Fun.
Before we leave here, we're going to have a little bit of fun and talk through some ideas about science and science discovery.
Operation Discovery is an opportunity for students who are in secondary school to come into the workplace and really get an experience of the applications of science in a fun, informative and educational way. I volunteered for Operation Discovery because I thought that it was a good opportunity to show them science and show them what can be gained from a career in science.
It's good for the kids to see how every day we use science. You may not always see it, but it's there.
For 30 seconds we have to put water into our mouth and squeeze it. Then we found out DNA in the little bottle, and it was very interesting.
They were just amazed to see the little tube with little strands of DNA in it, and it just wowed them.
Basically just put like a drop of ink on a piece of paper and we use water to separate out the different colours.
They always have ideas about what it will look like and how it will work, but coming here they really get to see and experience what it is to work as a scientist.
So obviously the students have a fun day, but there's very tangible impacts from this. One of the great outcomes has been Ireland was one of the first countries to launch these programs, and 6 other countries now within the Abbott network are running them. But more than that, we're also seeing real results. Students come in and parents come in a bit skeptical sometimes about science, but as you can see following the family science events, we have a huge increase in the number who say they'll do science activities at home, and more importantly, those who say they'll discuss careers in science with their students. And finally, the same goes for the Operation Discovery secondary school students. They're saying that one day at Abbott facilities has an impact in that they might be more interested in science education in the future. If you'd like more information about our citizenship and CSR activities, you can visit our website, Abbott.ie, where you can find our first CSR report and more information. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone as well.